Hey y'all, this episode of Gay Side Stories will be a complete and utter mess since we're drinking this lemon cherry charm.
In addition to 2 shots, what is this?
Spice rum.
Captain Morgan, he got his leg all up. You know, his crotch probably.
Come on, Gay Side Story. You know, he got his leg up because he's a Gay Side Story himself.
But look at him, you know, his crotch probably funky.
Maybe.
He a pirate, they don't shower.
He might have that day. He was getting ready.
Ready for what? Scurvy?
To get it in.
Get what in? Scurvy?
You never know what the pirates got to take that booty.
That is so not good. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Gay Side Stories. I'm Trillificent.
And I'm Chelshire.
As always, you can find more information on us at gaysidestories.com.
Hey.
You can now subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play Music. We are everywhere for you motherfucking bitches. Wait, ooh, that came out not the way I wanted it to. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
I love y'all. Thank you for listening.
This nigga's drunk.
Okay. One thing I want to take care of because I got a whole text message novel about this. Last week's episode where we had the questions from the straight friends, my friend Jess, her questions, she wanted it to be known that those were not actually her questions. It was just stuff that she's seen online.
Oh, that's sweet of you to research.
So,
I love you, Jess.
Dear Jessica, I love you to death, and I am hereby acknowledging that you are not quite as basic as I said. But you are still PBS. Inside joke. Ha ha.
PBS.
Do they have a what you call it? Like a song line? A song line.
No, that used to be the thing in the middle of the cartoons. Like, I used to watch that all the time. That's where I got that from. I really did not make that up.
Really?
Yes.
On PBS?
On PBS.
PBS?
Yes, they had a dog at the top.
Channel 8?
Channel 8.
What's a random dog? Anyway.
They're right.
Okie doke. So how were you, friend? How was your week?
My week
I'm
was...
a little...
He is out of there, y'all. I got him drunk today.
Yeah.
We was going to make sure we had a good episode.
We're going to have a good time. Oh,
okay.
Another cherry in here.
Okay.
Yes.
We got 3 cherries each.
Yes.
My week actually was really long, y'all. I worked 13-hour days every day, Monday through Friday.
I got work to do.
We gonna let him have this moment, child.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I said I worked 13-hour days every day this week.
Oof.
Just to get 25 hours of overtime.
You work hard.
I work hard for the money, honey.
Ow.
So hard for the money. I work hard for the money, so he better treat me right.
From what's in my text, he didn't.
He did this week.
Not that he. We're talking about the corporate he.
No, the corporate he treats us like shit. And there is no he to treat me right, so I just made that up real quick. Anyway, how was your week, friend?
My week was pretty good. My schooling life for this week was really just the last minute details of the show.
Okay.
The first 3 episodes we did not have as much stuff done. So I spent this week getting us into iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music. I rebuilt the site using
nice.
Squarespace. Hey,
nice
Squarespace.
Pictures and everything.
Squarespace. Thanks, y'all.
Did you use offer code?
No, I forgot, bitch.
Bitch, what the fuck is your problem?
Bitch.
Anyway.
Nigga.
That's your fault.
Fucking shit. But I don't even know what the promo was, because when I did it on the thing, it didn't really say this is how much you get off or whatever. So whatever. So yeah, that was how I got through the week. You know, just doing that and really putting a lot into the show, getting it ready for this official launch that we're doing. I know that we're on the 4th episode, but we wanted to give you guys a nice chunk of us so that you have an idea of what the show is going to be like
and who we are
and who
people.
we is. Speaking of, let's segue in.
Can I do my schooling life?
Oh, I thought you did.
No, you just all over there. I did not. But, y'all, I don't have... okay, so he asked me how my week was. And I was supposed to ask him how his week was, but he jumped right into his schooling life for the week. He is fucked up, y'all.
Shit.
But you know what's funny about this? I actually don't have a schooling life because I worked all fucking day.
So you did all that. You ain't got
Yes.
no motherfucking school in life.
But I
You
wanted
a
to say
raggedy
it.
ass
I wanted to say
motherfucker.
that.
You are so
I really wanted to
fucking
say I
raggedy.
don't have much school life this week.
You trash.
This is why you all should send your schooling life in to gaysidestories@gmail.com so that we can read your schooling lives when we don't have one.
A school in life could be a song, a poem, a book, a TV show, a movie, news, whatever you feel like is going to help us get through the week. You know what? I'm going to piggyback on what you said last week.
What did I say last week, y'all?
You said something about, you were obsessed with nudes last week. But I feel like a nice nude is a good school of life. Right. I feel like that would help get you over the hump of the week.
Side note. Okay. And this is just real quick. So I joined a Facebook group where they be sending nudes and shit all the time, right? Yes, on Facebook. And they had a big
nudes book
booty challenge. So everybody posted their pictures. There was only like 5 people that posted their pictures. Of course, my hoe ass was one of the 5.
Of course.
Why?
Hoes gonna hoe.
But wait, why was my picture reported, but nobody else's picture was? But it was a good motherfucking nude. And I had to send it to a couple of people just because. Not just because I like my nudes to be out there. I got to get my comments on my nudes. But yes, I was mad that my nude got reported. But everybody else's nude is still sitting on that post. And then it says my name with no picture.
You know what that means? That means it was either a hater in the group or the administrator was like, oh no, bitch, you can't participate.
No, I even had on a jockstrap, so it was a really nice one.
I'm not saying
everybody else.
I'm not saying because it was inappropriate. I'm saying because it blew the competition away. My friend got nice cakes, y'all.
I really do. I hate to say it, but I really do.
You don't hate to say it.
I really don't. I don't.
You just sat here and said all that bullshit about putting your motherfucking ass on motherfucking Facebook and motherfucking group, and then you're gonna say you hate to say it. Bitch, you don't hate to say it. You
but I say
that shit from the motherfucking mountain.
I say that to say this. You can send your nudes to me, and I will send you something back saying nice nude, or you need to find a way to pull that up a little bit, pull this down a little bit, get it this way, get it that way.
Not ashy nudes. I don't
if they are ashy nudes, I will tell you, hey, if you take a little coconut oil and slide it on top, it'll be great.
I was almost told myself a little bit.
Surely did. Look at this hoe across from me. Anyway, though, what's next? Oh.
Okay, so let's move on. This week we're going to be talking about friendship.
Friends.
So I thought that the perfect way to introduce the topic of friendship would be to talk about our friendship. Oh, look at that! Oh, that was such a Care Bears moment. Oh, I feel so warm inside, but I'm not sure if it was because of that or because of the drinks.
Because the drinks got us feeling really good.
All right, Chelshire. So why don't you start us off with talking about our friendship?
Okay, y'all. So me and Trillificent have been friends for 15 years.
And before y'all get to typing and thumb thugging, yes, we know we're old. Fuck you. You're going to get here at one point if you're lucky.
No problem being old because I do not look.
You know what? It don't even have to do anything to do with that.
It don't.
Being in your 30s when you're gay is lit. Like, I know 20s, blah, 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 whatever. I feel like a lot of us struggle in our 20s.
I had a horrible 20s, and we'll talk about that on other episodes.
I'm like, my 30s are going to be my best years. And from there, every decade is going to be the best years.
Right.
So right now, I'm living it up at 32. But I have taken us on a tangent, so please get us back on track.
So we met on collegeclub.com. So that means we was old hoes because
ancient.
Back in the day there was no this is before all of that shit. Like we met on College Club. I don't know how we met on College Club. I just think we just came across each other and we just clicked. It wasn't like a sexual thing. It was just we were just really cool from the beginning. We would talk for hours on hours about
all
bullshit.
Day, every day.
Kind of like we do this on the show. We talk about bullshit.
Pretty
we used to do that 15 years ago.
Pretty much. We were young. That was before I feel like that was before the sidekick era. Because I feel like when
we got sidekicks together though.
When we got them sidekicks, that was when shit really took off.
Yes.
Bitch, I can type you a whole
novel. And flip. My sidekick is right there. I'm not lying.
You better have it.
I still have it.
I heard that they're coming out with new sidekicks.
We don't need that. We have iPhones.
Don't need it. But I'm interested to see how it looks.
I just want to flip it up one time. I used to type up everything on that fucking sidekick. It got to the point that before I had a sidekick, I had that other thing. Remember the other thing I had that was like a computer, but it was like just buttons?
I don't remember.
I think I still have that too. Because y'all know I'm a hoarder, but not really.
Not really, but yes.
But I keep stuff.
Okay, so yeah, we met on College Club. And I can say for me, I had a lot of firsts with Chelshire. I went to the gay club for the first time with him. I think the first time we went to the club was Bartini, right?
Right.
Again, that's how you know we're old, because Bartini is gone in...
It's gone to glory.
It is in the gay grave.
But, okay, that's the crazy part, because I went to Atlanta.
Yes, you did.
And then... That was the first time I ever went to a gay club was when I went to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And then I came back to Houston and I went to the gay club every week for like 3 years.
Yes, you did.
Because I just couldn't stop.
Bitch.
Like in the red motherfucking
every week
bitch.
I'd be like, what you doing? I'm in the club.
I'm getting ready to go.
And when Chelshire goes to the club, he does the fucking most. So he goes to the bar, he gets 2 drinks, he fists both drinks, and he drinks both drinks in 2 gulps.
You have to drink them like a shot, because my mama always told me you don't leave your drink out.
He does it.
Because if you leave your drink out, somebody might put something in it. So I would take my drinks as a shot. That way you couldn't put anything in my drink. And on top of that, I would fill the drink in 10 minutes.
So the first time, and really pretty much every time that I've gone to the club with him, which is not many times because I'm not a club person. I go places, just not to the club.
He don't go nowhere.
You got a whole lot of gay ass bottom ass nerves.
You got a whole lot of gay ass bottom ass nerves across from me.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Who's? You know what? We're gonna save that for another day. But yeah, so I started drinking my drinks at the club the way he did, and let me tell you, that is the quickest and easiest way to get fucked up quickly, especially because the drink quality was not the best.
Actually, back then it was all right. Remember,
was it?
We used to go upstairs.
Maybe I'm thinking about 2020.
Remember, we used to go upstairs to the lesbian, and she used to make sure your drink was really strong.
Because the upstairs is where it had all that fucking smoke and shit.
Right, and
like,
they used to, and the lights.
Pool tables up here. Why y'all got all this goddamn smoke? So yeah, like I said, we've been through a lot of ups and downs with each other. Chelshire has been there and been there for me through some of the worst moments of my life, which I will talk about on the show at one point.
He's been there for me because I've been through some bullshit too.
Listen, that's how you know you have a real friend, someone that you can go through shit with, and then you get to a point, and the best part about it to me is that now we're at a point where we can sit back and we can laugh about all the shit is that funny. We've been through. I mean, because we've been through some shit.
Look,
we've been through some shit collectively and separately.
Right, but we've always been there for each other.
Right. So I would say, here's a little spot of advice. If you have a true friend, hold on to them, because they don't come often and they are irreplaceable. And
a lot of y'all get rid of y'all friends for some bullshit, over a nigga, over some money, over some bullshit. You never know who you getting rid of.
Right.
That might be the person that you really need in your life. Because there's been times where I have given up on everything. And the only thing that I can say that I was able to have with me is my friends. So I'm telling you, you need to reevaluate what you feel is important. Mm-hmm. If you got some dude that's looking at your friend some kind of way, fuck that nigga and keep your friend.
That's it.
If you feel like your friend owe you $200 because they did some bullshit, fuck that $200 because your friendship might be worth more than $200 motherfucking dollars. I'm just letting y'all know.
But I would say make sure that you do the work.
Right.
Like, don't just assume that anybody and everybody that you call friend is your actual friend. And I feel like a lot of us go through that in our 20s. Mm-hmm. We have such a longing for friends because a lot of us don't grow up around gay people. We don't grow up with gay friends. So when you meet people, you want to latch onto them, and they could be the worst ass, trash ass, dumpster juice ass bitches that you've ever met that you will ever meet in your life. And it takes time to learn how to separate true friends from the garbage juice.
But sometimes it's easy to find out that people ain't worth your time.
Right.
You
I would say, in addition to that, trust your instincts. If your instincts tell you that this motherfucker is not worth your time and your effort, go with it.
And side note, stop sleeping with everybody. Because you never know that person that you're not sleeping with, that you know you're not attracted to, that you know you're not going to be with. And it's not even like that with us. I'm just saying, you might have somebody that's really worth a friendship, and when y'all take it there, that just messes up everything.
Right. I've heard a lot of people say, matter of fact, it was recently that I talked to this one guy, older guy, he's like in his late 30s, maybe 40, who said that exact thing. He was like, in my 20s, I messed up a lot of friendships.
Because you slept with them.
Because I was, fucking my friends. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not totally out of the question. I mean, I'm going to be completely 100% honest with y'all. I have friends that I have fucked, and we are they are true friends. It's not impossible,
right? But
don't feel like that's the norm, because I don't feel like it is,
right?
Or rather, don't make it your norm,
right?
Because things get misconstrued, and you just be all over the motherfucking place.
All over the place.
So, on that happy note, I feel like you should go with your gay side story first.
Okay, because mine
and then
is
I'm going to flip the script
and be a bitch.
Hold on,
because that's what she is, y'all.
Hold the fuck on.
Hey, y'all.
You stepped your toe on some bullshit. Don't think that this table won't get flipped just because
you flip this table.
I will flip this table. And you ain't gonna do shit.
And I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking
you ain't whooping
ass.
Shit. Who you think I is, Marcus? Nigga, you ain't whooping shit. Tell your story. We done got way off topic. Let me sip my drink.
Yes, his drink is gone, y'all.
Oh, it is.
It is gone. Like, that drink is out of there. Okay. So I'm going to talk about my friendship with my play brothers, J, D, D, and J. I'm one of the J's.
Side note, and this is petty.
Petty ass bitch.
This is petty. I felt some kind of way for a long time that you called these dudes brother, even though we were friends first.
Really?
I did.
But you're my brother too. It's just you're my best friend.
The problem is, I don't think I really knew how to handle or categorize friendships in my life, and so I needed that. I felt like at the time, moment.
Are you gonna go through the door or are you gonna leave me?
I felt like, bitch, I done already went through the door. I done went through the door and I done pulled up a motherfucking chair. I done got a key to the bitch. I ain't going nowhere. But I just thought that was important, because it is real life that sometimes you feel a way about your friends, and you feel a way about your friends' other friends. So with that, I will say go ahead and tell your story.
And I'm going to say this on the side. I feel like Trillificent and my other best friend, they're like bridesmaids. You know how that's okay.
What?
Yes. You know how
what?
You know how Maya Rudolph, who will be me, was getting married.
What?
And white Boris Kojo wife, Nicole Ari Parker, and the other lady,
Nicole Ari Parker.
I call her white Nicole Ari Parker because she looks just like Nicole Ari Parker in white form. She really does. You seen Bridesmaids?
I have seen Bridesmaids.
You know the white lady that looks like Nicole Ari Parker?
The main other lady,
yes,
other than Kristen Wiig.
Yes,
she don't look nothing like Nicole Ari Parker.
Bitch,
okay,
yes,
go ahead. No, she don't. Go ahead.
But I feel like Trillificent and my other friend, they are like those two people, and I love them both so much. But I feel like they would try to outdo each other if I was to get married. Like, you remember that speech? I could see these hoes going back and forth for like an hour, and I have to just take the fucking mic.
I'm gonna tell you now that is false, because you know how I am. I'm a planner, so my shit is already gonna be laid
exactly,
out way ahead of
but
time.
I know him, and I know you, and I know how y'all are with each other, so I will see this shit.
Hold on. What you mean with it? You know what?
Anyway, though,
off topic.
Let's go into my gay side story for this week. Okay. Today, I used to be on BGC like all of us. And that's how we used to meet people. Well, this dude hit me up from...
Press pause. For reference sake, BGC...
It's Black Gay Chat.
Black Gay Chat. Which
oh, yeah.
I think it's still around.
It is, but it's BGC like now it's BGClive.com. Back then it was Black Gay Chat. I used it one time and met a white dude. And I was like, okay, this is not for me to be on here.
And I was
like, it was a white dude that wanted to take me out for a light dinner. Bitch, no, we don't do.
He wanted you to eat light so he could fill you up.
He wasn't finna get nothing. Because you already know how I feel about white men penetrating black men.
He wanted you to get the pink pain.
I would have had to be the whole top that day.
Ping,
anyway.
Okay, sorry.
So,
hey, white people, we love y'all too.
We do, but you're not fucking me.
Oh dear.
I met a dude, and he was from Atlanta, and he was cool. And me and him, we ended up just talking back and forth for a long time, like to the point that we would talk on the phone for hours. We knew we would never meet each other, so we just talked. Mm-hmm. And then one day he was like, hey, I got some other friends I want you to meet, and we're going to all be on the phone. And I was like, cool. So he actually ended up calling all of us on three-way, and it was like the weirdest three-way call ever. So if you know me, when I first meet somebody, I don't say nothing because I gotta figure you out before I can start talking to you because I'm super shy. Once you get to know me, I'm like this big bubble of energy, but like at first, I'm like super shy. So
lucky for y'all get the super bubble non-shy version,
right? Because
drinks,
not just drinks, but I'm more open with who I am now. But back then, I wasn't at all. So we were on the phone, and it was me, D, Lo, and my other best friend. And we were all just on the phone. We would talk for hours and talk about nothing, talk about something. We would all be cool. And then, like, I didn't know them, so I didn't talk really much. But for some reason, me and one of the people there, we kind of clicked really well. And that was because our birthdays are 2 weeks apart. We're both Virgos. Their mom... I'm not going to play with him right now. Their mom and my mom has the same name, but their mom has an A at the end of it, and my mom doesn't have the A. And then also, their last name is my family's last name. So my mom and my brothers and my dad, they all have the same. I have a different last name because I have a different dad. But he has their last name. So we just clicked immediately. We've been cool all this time. So we're all just talking and we're all just having a good time. And we're all like clicking and stuff. And then we decided that, hey, let's all meet up for one of my friends' 21st birthday. Flew up to Atlanta. Met them. Had a...
That was your first
club experience.
Flight, right?
Yeah, that was my... No, because my first airplane flight was in high school.
Okay, my bad.
That was my first trip alone.
Ah.
Because I didn't go with anybody. Like, I just got in the plane, and then my now best friend, one of my other best friends, met me at the airport, and, like, it was just like, he was like, brother, da, da, da. And, like, we've been cool ever since. Like, we had this birthday weekend. It was, like, one of the best weekends, I can still say today, of my... I've had some really good weekends. Don't get it twisted, because I've had another best weekend with Trillificent in New Orleans.
Yeah,
New
Orleans, baby.
That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But we
had a good time. Oh yeah, yes. I can't wait to talk about that.
But
sorry, go ahead.
I went to Atlanta. I met them. We kicked it. We had a good time. We ended up going to Ruby Tuesdays like 50 times, and they kept sending us in the gay section because you know how Atlanta is. Like, for real. Like, everybody that sat around...
Depending on where you are, Houston does that too sometimes.
I've never been to the gay section. I need to go to the gay section.
The Chili's on West Time.
Oh, yes.
They will sit you in the gay section.
They will sit you in the gay section. And that's fun. I love being in the gay section.
It's just that game recognized game.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. But we had a good weekend. We've kicked it since. And we've all been halfway cool since.
Not halfway cool.
Right, because everybody is still not cool with each other. But, like, over the years, like, this is, like, okay, so my friend is now 32, because I'm 33. And this happened on his 21st birthday, we did this weekend. Mm-hmm. So that's 21, 32 is 11 years. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And, some of them have fallen off, but we all still love each other. It's just not the same as it was. I love them all. I'm still cool with everybody because I'm the type of person that it's a lot to if you're my real friend, it's a lot that you would have to do for me to not be your real friend anymore, because I don't take that term lightly. So if you're my friend,
nor should you.
If you're my friend, I will let you get away with a lot of stuff. Well, not even a lot of stuff, because my friends haven't done anything to me like that. You should see this face he's giving me. But I love my friends. Like, when you're my friend, you're my friend. So I'll take your flaws, but you have to take my flaws too.
No more train wreck in the morning.
Get your bitch ass off.
Bitch in the afternoon.
I forgot where I was going because I'm so drunk.
We are so fucked up.
Like,
I'm
this
so
don't make.
sorry,
I'm
y'all.
sorry, y'all. But we've been friends all this time. Like, I've got my ears pierced, which I still have the same piercings with them.
Yes, you do.
I talk to my best friend, of course. I talk to him every day, and then I talk to my other friend, my other good friend. I call my brother. I talk to him. I have to check in with him at least once a week because I don't feel right if I don't talk to him. But he's so busy, so I can't talk to him every day like I talk to the other one. But they're not friends anymore. Because they had their own issue with each other, living with each other. Shit. And it's kind of awkward because I'm still cool with both of them. But I don't let that affect me. Because their issue is their issue. It's not my issue.
Say it again.
So their issue is their issue. It's not my issue. Want me to repeat that again? Their issue is their issue. It's not my issue. Yes. And
side note, you do not need to insert yourself into every happening that's going on with other friends.
Right. And I try my best not to, like, if one is mad at the other one, I'm not going to be the one to help bash the other. I'll be a listening ear, but I'm not going to go back and repeat what this person said about you or what you said about this person, because that's not what our friendship is. But I know that with those two people, there's still love there. But at this point, and it's been some years, they still need space to be away from each other. And life is short. So I kind of wish that we could all still be cool and we can all still hang out, but we can't. And it's okay.
Hey, two friends. He's reaching out to the both.
I'm not reaching out to them because I've already done this with them.
He wants you to heal the breach.
They're not healing this breach
because
get over it. Both of them they're listening right now and they're both cussing me out collectively together because they really are. Like, I know both of them. They're cussing me the fuck out because that's just what they do. Oh, yes. But I love them both, and I wish it would be a different way, but it's not. Even though it's not a different way, we're still cool. I'm still there. I'm still both of their friends, and it's like I can do things with one and I can do things with the other, but we can't do things together, and that's fine. I don't even know where I was going with that, but that is my friendship story. Because it's trash. I'm too drunk for this right now. And I had like all this stuff I wanted to say, but fuck it.
Okay, so let me ask you some questions.
That'll work. Because I need to figure out where I was going.
So I would say from meeting these three individuals, you know, getting your Noah's Ark on and finding your Alex, Ricky, and Chance. I call you Noah because you had this similar hair at one point.
And I'm a hopeless romantic.
This is true. A whole romantic.
A hopeless bitch. Fuck you, ho.
So I would say my question is, or my first question.
Oh, not first.
Is, I'm not sure if I have more.
We are so out of there, y'all.
Out of there. Like, knocked it out.
This don't even make no sense.
These drinks are outstanding.
They're great.
They are. And those shots, whew. So out of because I'm not sure if you said when exactly you met them, or what the time frame was. But I would say out of these 3 friendships, what's the most important lesson that you learned being friends with the 3 of them?
Okay. Being friends with the 3 of them, and my life has been all over the place.
All over the place.
There was a time that I was
like itch a sketch, bitch.
I was engaged to somebody long distance.
Oh God.
Yeah. And we went through our issues, and I know one of my friends, the one who still lives in Atlanta, he is like the bodyguard of the group. When he found out what was going on with me and the person that I was engaged to, that I never met and lived a million miles away from me,
Listen,
he called that person.
We're going to talk about that individually.
He called that person, and he
a good
went
lesson to learn.
the fuck off on that person. Like, he went off because that's just who he is. And me being young and naive, I went off on him. So in this part of my life, he refuses to be the bodyguard for me, and honestly, I don't like that.
Oh?
Like, I do not like the fact that my brother does not feel like he can protect me anymore. And if you've seen him, he's a protection type. He's 6'3". He's a big dude. Like, he's an army dude, so he will whoop your ass. And I could always call on him if I felt a kind of way, because I know he would have my back, and I know he still has my back. Don't get it twisted, but he won't have my back because he won't jump in my business, and I hate that, because I could always be like, I could call my big little brother on you, and he's gonna take care of you. But now he won't take care of you because he says, because after he went off on my ex, I went off on him, and I regret that moment every day. He doesn't even know that till now.
So
Love you, D.
That we're going to get into. Oh God, I feel like this is like a standing therapy appointment. You know?
Right, getting off your chest and letting the shit out.
Like we're telling these stories to help our listeners,
but we're helping ourselves.
Yes, and you know you have to be all about helping yourself. Why are you doing the Princess Diana right now?
I can't. I'll tell you that later. We'll talk about that later.
Oh my God.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I regret that moment, and I've learned from that moment because, like, he cares about me a lot, but I know he will not do the same things and protect me the way that he would, and I hate that. That's the biggest lesson I've learned from them, is to, when your friends have your back, they have your back. So
let them.
Let them, right. Yeah. Don't let them. But sometimes my friends are overprotective. Like, that's just what it is. But in that moment, I wish I would have never went off on him.
Okay, so you kind of answered 2 of my questions, because you said the biggest lesson you learned and your biggest regret. So my last question would be, well, I think you already answered that too, because I was going to say, what do you wish? No, okay, let me rephrase it. What do you wish for the future for these friendships that you have and that you maintain? My
future wish is that the 2 friends that don't talk to each other anymore would put their differences aside and have a good conversation, because they both still care about each other, because I talk to them all the time.
Trillificent is making a face right now,
and we're not even going to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that they would talk, because they live together, so they are really close, like more than you would.
Past tense,
right? They lived together and they got really close, and I know they had their issues with, because when you live with somebody, it makes everything extreme. But I feel like at this point, they don't stay together. They stay in 2 different cities. I wish that they could talk to each other, because I love them again. Both. Shut up. I love them both so much that.
Please.
Shut up. Because if they don't talk to each other, I can't. That's not in my. You know what I'm saying? That's them. That's not. I can't do anything about that. But if they did, they would see that. Shit, I don't know where the fuck I was going. That they. This just took me all the way out of there.
I'm sorry.
If they talk to each other and they see that they're both in different places, then I think that they could really still be cool. I mean, they don't have to be friends like they were again, but I think that they could be cordial to the point that we could all go somewhere and it won't be no. I'm not going because he's going, or I'm not. I'll go, but I'm not gonna talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like they can go.
So basically, you feel like there's a point to rebuild, and
right?
You hope that they both find themselves at that point,
right? Because we could all four of us could. Because that weekend was so fun. It was the funnest one of because I've had a lot of fun weekends. That was one of the funnest weekends of my life, and that was like the time I got away.
You know what you should do?
What's that?
Oh, excuse me, I had to burp. You should try to recreate that weekend and kind of like not give them a choice in participation.
Shit. I would die because them.
No, you would not die but what you do is you do it for your birthday.
But we can't say that now because we're here and they can hear because they both listening.
Shit. Forget y'all heard that.
We can't do a weekend trip, but I don't
you know what? It don't matter. Do it for his birthday. Two friends. I know who he's speaking of. Hey, y'all. Do it for his birthday. Do it for the culture. Do it for the podcast.
Do it for the gay side stories.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. So, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So, my gay side story is not quite the happy... I don't know if that qualifies as happy because that ending was kind of...
It was bad, but we're good.
That ending was
I mean, people grow apart, but you know, I can still be cool with everybody. Yeah. So I'm
okay.
Not
so let's highlight that in that a lesson that everyone needs to learn, and that everyone learns at some point is that people naturally grow apart. Their gravity shift. It happens. You know, sometimes your relationships you have to put a little more work into. Like our relationship is effortless.
Right.
Like our friendship
we
is
don't have
effortless.
to do shit. We just talk.
We don't have to do anything. And we're just naturally in tune to the point where if we don't speak for a certain amount of time,
I'm sitting in the search party because bitch,
okay,
where the fuck
bat
you
signal
at?
is up. What the fuck is going on?
What the hell is going on between
to the
sheets
point where it's like if I or he plans on like taking kind of like a break and unplugging, we have to let the other know,
right? Because
that's how crucial it is,
right?
But at the same time, I appreciate that because it feels good to have someone who will have your back no matter what. We have gotten off topic. It's my turn to tell a story.
Come on, storyteller.
Ooh, tell a story, storyteller. So. This story I like to call Where My Girl's At.
From the front to back, and you're feeling that, put one hand up.
Something.
You repeat that? Gotta take my man. See, I don't need that. Don't play yourself.
Hey, shout out to Missy in 702. Okay.
Shout out to Mila. Forget the other two.
Oh, that's mean. I like Mila though. Hey, dark skin, fellow dark skin. We in this together, girl. Hey.
No, I'm not gonna say it because then one of them died.
No, it was a twin sister that died.
Oh, well.
One of the ones in the group.
I'm sorry. R.I.P.
All right. No, okay. Not going to do that. Okay. So my story starts. I met this guy online. I want to say maybe it was A for A, but I don't remember for sure. And we actually did not meet for like a hookup. Now, in this instance, and I'm going to be completely transparent. Let me take a few steps back and say that in this story, there are moments where I was trash. I admit that. I own it. I've learned. Thank God for growth. Amen. Amen. RuPaul. Hey. So, I met this guy online, and we met, I want to say, for dinner. And you know how you chat with someone, and you feel like there may be a connection there, there may be a spark, and then when you meet in person, like, that shit is like, So when we met in person, speaking for myself, I was not quite feeling it, and I'm not 100% sure if he was either. So anyway, but we were friendly to the point where we were like, okay, we're going to hang out again. So we hung out again, and I think I brought my friends, and he brought his roommate. Me and the roommate, like, we saw each other, and it was sparks.
I wasn't there.
No, you were not.
See.
Sorry.
Bad stories happen when Chelshire is not in the building.
Don't nobody want me no motherfucking Chelshire.
Right, because I'm not the one to meet. Because I be sitting back like, bitch, who is this?
Listen, Because if you had, you know what?
We're going to go on this.
Yeah. So me and the roommate met and sparks flew. And that is one of the few times that I can say in my life that I met someone that it wasn't online, and like we were like the sparks were there. So he and I talked, and I was so trash at the time because I was in my 20s. I didn't know any better. I didn't really say anything to the original guy that I met. I assumed that the roommate said something, but I don't know. Either way, don't even fix your lips to say shit. So me and the roommate, we ended up going out on a date. We went
trashy ass bitch.
Whatever. I owned up to my trash. All right, I have grown and I have learned and I have blossomed into a beautiful motherfucking flower, bitch.
Butterfly.
Whatever.
Mariah Carey.
Whatever.
Lip singing for his life. Yo, we are so out of there.
I'm sorry. We had a lot to drink. So we went on a date, and this is one of the few times that I've been on a date with a guy. I want to say we went to like Slick Willie's, and we played pool. I don't know how to play pool, so I'm not sure what the fuck I was doing. We had some drinks. We had a good time. You know, we had a little makeout session in the car, in the parking lot. Because, you know, when you're young, you don't know what the fuck to do. You don't know where to go. Now it's what it was. So, fast forward, we hung out some more as a group, and I brought more friends.
Still not me, y'all.
Still not you. But my friend Jess. Hey, Jess.
You gotta be special to me, Chelshire.
I love Jess. Hey, Jess. I talked about her earlier in the show. She was there, and my friend Dion. We met these two. We all hung out. You know, we hung out on a few occasions. You know, and at that time, Jess and I worked at this company that was complete and utter trash from the motherfucking bottom to the top. It was one of those companies that was so bad, you would spend the majority of your paycheck getting drunk. Like, that's how bad it was. And we all hung out. It was cool. So, fast forward a little bit more, and my grandmother died. And it was a really hard time for me.
It was,
because my grandmother and I were
super close.
We were close. Mm-hmm. Like my grandmother was the one. Like, I would go to her house
every weekend,
and we would see each other and get to talk, and we wouldn't even make it to the house. Mm-hmm. Like, we would get to jaw jacking, and we would spend 2-3 hours in the driveway talking, and then I would get in the car and leave. Right. So when my grandmother died, was it that grandma? I'm sorry, y'all. I've had so many deaths in my family. I feel like that's the wrong grandmother. In fact, that is the wrong grandmother.
Was this the mean grandmother then?
I didn't have a mean grandmother.
Oh, because I got one mean one and one nice one.
No, I had one that was like super chill that did not want to be called grandma, and then I had one that was more traditional. It was my more traditional grandmother. I remember now because that was the year when I had the death in threes. Like, my great grandmother had died 2 months before, and then my grandmother died, and then after the end of this story, my aunt died like 2 weeks later after my grandmother died. This was my stepfather's mother that died. But she and I were close because, like, me and my brother, when we were younger, we would go to my grandmother's house like every weekend. My parents would, I don't know what they would do, have date night or whatever the fuck grown folk do when your kids are gone. And we would go to my grandmother's house, and my grandmother would cook. We would watch movies. Her favorite movie was Homeward Bound. When I tell you I saw them 2 motherfucking dogs and that goddamn cat too many motherfucking times. Whew, man, we saw that movie so many times. So she died, and, you know, I was already still reeling from the death of my great-grandmother, but, you know, you try to move on and live life. So I remember I was supposed to hang out with him, and my friend Dion was going to hang out too. I couldn't go because my grandmother had just died.
Right.
Understandable, right?
Right.
If I remember correctly, the roommate got an attitude with me that I was not going to be able to hang out. And I was like, dude, my grandmother died. Like, I remember I was still living with my parents at the time, and I was in the cul-de-sac outside of the house because, you know, I was not out at the time, and talking to him, and I'm just like, I'm completely flabbergasted. Like, how do you not understand? Like, my grandmother died. And it wasn't a grandmother that I was not close to. Like, this was my grandmother that I saw on a weekly basis. Like, my grandmother, she was that grandma that would cook for the family, and I would have to go pick up the food. Like, that's how she was. Even though she was my stepfather's grandmother, my stepfather has been in my life since I was an infant. Now, granted, we don't have a relationship now, but that's another gay side story for another gay side day. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, wow, you know, like, this dude is really just not getting it. Like, my grandmother died. My grandma died. I don't know how else to say it. My grandma died. She did. And, you know, it was already a hard year. So that happened, and that conversation was not that great. So then my friend Dion, he calls me or texts me, and he lets me know. He's like, hey, you know, like, shit is kind of weird. Like, I hung out with them, and, you know, the original guy had been trying to get with my friend Dion. I didn't really care about that because
you're a guy with the friend anyway.
Right. But then he tells me the roommate that he and I were supposed to be talking, the roommate was trying to get with my friend too. And that's when I was like, hold on, pump the motherfucking brakes, stop the metro. What you mean such and such is trying to get with you? And he's like, yeah, you know, they've been trying to get with me. I even want to say maybe, I'm not going to say that because I don't remember for sure. But I do remember for sure. He was like, yeah, they both been trying to get at me, and this shit is weird, especially when you're not here. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, if we supposed to be talking, why are you trying to get at my friend? And how are you so petty that you trying to get at my friend because I could not hang out in one instance because my grandma died?
That's how niggas do you now. You
know
can't hang out with me one day, I'm finna find the next bitch.
Right. You know,
find the next bitch. Don't come back home.
Everything is on their schedule. You can't have don't have a job or, you know, need sleep or time to, like, you know, be a human and shit and, you know, eat and stuff. So after that, I and this was so raggedy of me, I called myself making a quote unquote executive decision. So I let Dion and Jess know we're not hanging out with them. Like, we're not associating with them anymore. I felt like that was unforgivable. And to be honest, you know, I wouldn't, because we're so deep in it, but if something similar happened between you and I would feel some kind of way. And I probably would not have anything to say to you for a long time. But in this instance, these was new bitches, and I know them bitches like that. So fuck them bitches. Fuck them other bitches because I'm down for my niggas.
We don't have them issues, though.
I done mixed bitches and niggas. Niggas and bitches. Bitches and niggas. Niggas and bitches. So, and my friends were like, cool. Okay. Like, of course, my friend Dion was like, I don't know if I really was too keen of them anyway. And my friend Jess was like,
whatever.
Whatever you say. So my breakdown from that was, you have to be really, really weary of friends, quote unquote, that are not understanding in your time of need. Like, when things are going on with you, and you may be the type that shuts down or needs to process internally, or wants to deal with, like, if it's a family issue, you want to deal with family issues with family. You need to be wary of friends that don't understand that shit. Because if they don't understand a death in your family, they're not going to understand you getting a flat tire.
Right.
They're not going to understand, bitch, I'm broke this week. I can't do happy hour. I ain't got no money.
Oh, well, you went to the store last week and bought you some meat.
Bitch, you bought some motherfucking bananas, so I know you got some money. You know, never mind, bananas are like 39 cents a pound. You know what I mean? So you have to be real careful of friends like that. Another thing, and this is important. This is an important lesson, and I feel like it should not be a lesson, but I also have seen a lot of younger people make this mistake. someone that you are talking to, and that could mean that you are going on dates, that you are getting to know, or that you are fucking, should not be trying to do any of those or anything else with a friend of yours.
Right.
You know, like that, and that should go without saying, but you know, it is what it is. Do not allow yourself to associate with people that will not respect the relationships you have with people that you introduce them to, or people that are in your life. Like I said, if you know that this is my friend, you should not be trying to do anything with
right.
them. And the last thing is, you are not, in these instances, you're not required to hang on to these people. If the situation is not positive, if you're not getting anything out of a friendship, you're not required to stick around. Doesn't matter how long y'all have been friends. It doesn't matter what y'all have been through. If at this very moment, if you're not getting anything out of that friendship, you do not need to stay. You have to look out for yourself.
Message.
Hello. Hashtag PSA. So, that's my story. You know, we took it to the right, then we took it to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. He over here drunk, y'all. He about to fall asleep. So, that was another episode of Gay Side Stories. We are so fucked up, y'all.
All right.
Chelshire's eyes are red.
My eyes are always red, though.
Oh.
Like, I go to work and they're like, are you okay?
Bitch, you high?
No, they don't think I'm high. They be like, are you okay? Did you poke yourself in the eye?
Okay, so let's do a little something before we end this episode. I would like to do, because this is the friendship episode, I would like to do a shout out to our friends. All right, so Chelshire, why don't you start with your friend shout outs?
Okay. Well, I want to shout out everybody that has been there for me through this, that has listened, gave me feedback, told me what I should do differently. My friend, okay, so I have so many friends that have listened to this for me.
Come on.
I have Jamie, who is the other Jamie. Love her. I sent it to Julian, who's given me a few things.
Hey, Julian.
And I'm praying for you. Love you. My friend Eric.
Hey, Eric.
My cousin Calvin.
Hey, cousin.
My cousin Ebony, who has been here actually with us while
we had such a dope conversation.
Like, she has taught us so much stuff that I can't wait until we have an episode where her and Jamie talk about lesbian shit, because they have a whole different cast of shit. My brother D.
Hey D.
My best friend since the 4th grade, Camellia, who has been there.
I haven't seen her in so long. Where's she been?
She's big. Her and her husband just moved to a new place, and But I actually talked to her like a few minutes before we recorded, because I talk to her every day too. Just everybody that has done so. Tamara, Kiki, everybody that's listened, and last but not least, I just been waiting to say him. My other best friend Jeremy, who has listened and given me feedback about myself, because he's gonna tell me the real about me. Love you, brother. He hasn't said anything.
I was just playing.
But he's been telling me like things that I ain't got time. He's been telling me like, like, brother, you should do this a little differently, or you should sound, like the stuff that he would tell me because he's my friend.
Yeah.
He's been my friend for a long time. It was his birthday we were talking about earlier, and
this was the friend that he feels like I would be a competing bridesmaid with.
Right. That's why
is false.
My wedding that no one is invited. It's gonna be me and
now,
some
let me tell you
people.
What will happen.
And Jeremy has told me that he's not gonna talk to me for 3 years.
Or Jeremy, let me rephrase. You have a wedding without me and Jeremy. That is the quickest way and the easiest way to get your ass whooped. Whatever. I just want to let you know that.
At least TJ said, Trillificent said he will whoop my ass. Jeremy said he's not going to talk to me for 3 years. So we're going to see.
because I need to make sure that your marriage is fine. So I need to talk to you still every day.
Because I might be married today.
If I don't hear from you every day, I'm coming to the motherfucking house. I don't give a fuck what your husband got to say about it. I was here first.
I might be married right now. And they don't know. Because I know.
Because I'll clobber your ass with this glass.
Because I'm having a wedding without them, and I will invite them to the reception a year later, and they'll be
You're
like,
not
what
going
is
to
this?
do that because you know how I feel about getting invited to the celebration of the event and not the event itself.
But it'll be okay. You won't even know what it is. I'll just have y'all come up.
No.
But I'm so glad that y'all have been there for me. Y'all have given me this feedback. Y'all have helped me grow with this in this little bit of time. Y'all have been there. Y'all have done that. Love you guys. Can't wait to talk to you all later. We're going to have a party for the Super Bowl because it's going to be in Houston and it's going to be here. We're going to be at Bar Chelshire.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, Chelshire has an Atlanta Falcons hat on right now as we record.
Yes.
I don't think he knows anything about the Atlanta Falcons,
All
but
I know
that's
is,
neither here nor there.
You know what, Ho? How about
I said what I said?
And you are...
I said what I said.
I can't because what I'm about to say...
You don't need to because I said what? I said what I said.
Anyway.
And I don't know what that was just now.
He knows what I said.
I'm sorry. He just mouthed something that was rude.
So I have to calm myself down.
That is so funny because once TLC was like getting this is such a random story, but it ties in because this was my grandmother that I was talking about that passed away. TLC was like getting an award on some show, and I think they performed, but Chili like lost her voice. And so you know how they get that shot so that they can still sing even though they can't talk.
Right.
So while they were getting their award, T-Boz was doing all the talking, and she was whispering stuff to T-Boz, and my grandmother snapped. She was like, "What's wrong with this bitch? You don't whisper when you're on TV." And I was like, "Grandma, what the fuck?"
Tom, I don't have it.
I was like, it was the most random. Like that was almost as random as the time my grandmother was talking about the niggas on her stairs. But anyway, any other shout out?
I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I'm drunk. I love you. I will send you a
edible arrangement.
No, I got you at the Super Bowl party if I missed you.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get a special
nachos for you.
Yeah, there you go.
What about you? My turn. Okay, so I want to shout out not only friends that have just been there for me in life, but my friends that have dealt with me over the past, 6 weeks or so. We've been working on this podcast for about 6 weeks. You guys are only going to hear, this is the 4th episode.
Right.
But we've put a lot of work into this. I've put a lot of work into this podcast. So I hope that you guys like it and enjoy, and I hope that you will be kind. And if you have any ideas for feedback, I would love to hear them. But in the meantime, I want to talk about the feedback from my motherfucking friends. So, first shout out goes to Nikki and the rest of Trill Inc. Y'all know who y'all are.
Hey, Nikki, love you, girl.
Nikki, we call each other cousin. Nikki has been
Nikki is the coolest person I know.
She has been like a rock, a pillar in my life, and it's so crazy that we have not. Well, we've been friends for a long time.
Yes, I have.
Shit, it's going on 7 years. Bitch, we've been friends for 7 years. Did you know that?
She knows now.
She does. But yeah, Nikki, she's like one of my aces. Like, we don't talk every day, but she knows me so well that she knows when I need her and when I need to be left alone. And I appreciate that. And again, shout out to the rest of Churl Inc., Mo, Naj, and Ari. I love all of you to death. Y'all are really my family.
Ari and those cookies.
Yes. Shout out to my good friend Tay Nick. Tay Nick on Twitter. I love you. You know, you've been there for me. I don't even know how our friendship has become what it is, but I appreciate you. Shout out to Shanika and Jess and her husband Paul. Again, Shanika and Jess, I could not have asked for better friends to meet in the workplace. Like, I don't know how we got so cool and how we've stayed so cool this long, but just know that I appreciate the shit out of both of you. I love you both to death, and all of y'all's kids, because y'all got a lot of kids between the two of you. One of my other besties, Mrs. Bree.
Hey, Bree. I love Bree.
Bree is like the sister that I've never had.
And then I met her. She was like my sister too, because I love Bree.
Bree is that person that you meet, and it's just she's so brown, and like she's just like brown sugar personified. She's so nice. She's so sweet.
And she smells like cookies.
And that's what I said, brown sugar personified. And she's so caring. Like,
really? Love you, Bree.
Bree, I can't even put into words how I feel about you. Just know that I love you. My other friend, Petty J. Blige, shout out to you and your son. I love you both to death. And you already know we have a standing date at L'Oreal Plaza in D.C. Shout out to Sexy Lexi. Thank you for listening and just being there as a sounding board. My friend Brandon, congratulations on everything that's going on with you, and thank you for listening and giving your feedback. You know how I feel about you. Can't wait to see you. And this one, last one, but oh God! Shout out to Huss. He has. He has helped me out a lot with this show. He's given me a lot of feedback. He's given me a lot of things to think about when it comes in terms of the show. Oh God! So shout out to you. I appreciate your help, and hopefully we have a fan in you. I think that's it. If I missed anybody, charge my head.
I just remembered 2 more shout outs I want to do real quick.
Okay.
My friend Bree too.
Okay.
That I've known since birth because our mamas grew up together.
Hey, Bree number 2.
She, y'all don't know. She's just a bunch of energy. She helps me be me. And then also my Zoom friends, because I forgot about y'all, and I'm mad that I forgot about y'all.
Friends, I know some of y'all.
My friend
I'm bad with names,
Drew,
so I apologize. But
Donnie, Shaq, Max, Trey.
Hey, Trey.
Whoever else I forgot in the group, I'm sorry. Y'all have been there. I'm drunk, y'all. Y'all already know how I am when I'm drunk. Y'all have seen my entire ass when I'm drunk.
Y'all already know.
Shooter. Can't forget about Shooter. Love y'all. Y'all have given me feedback too. Y'all have helped me be Chelshire. Y'all know one of the reasons why we say, hey y'all, at the beginning of the podcast. Love y'all. I think that's it.
Okay. My last shout out. Friend shout out goes to my co-host.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry for real.
I know your eye look watery.
Like I'm finna cry.
Your eye look so watery.
I'm really finna cry, y'all. I'm drunk, so I'm really emotional.
You know, like I said, I don't know.
I'm not drunk. I'm tipsy.
It feels like we may have downplayed a little bit, but Chelshire. Well, I mean, we're doing the show together, but he really is my best friend. Like he's one of my best friends. He is one of the people. He is one of the people that knows the most about me. You know, I mean, I still, I'm secretive, so
I'm gonna get them secrets out.
But he knows the most about me. He's been there again for me during the hardest points in my life when I really did not know what I was gonna do with myself, and he's doing this show with me, and I could not think of anybody better or anybody else that I would even want to go on this journey with. I mean, it ain't always easy, and I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I be wanting to cuss your ass out
because I am not the person to do decisions.
You do not make a decision.
I'd be like, you know what? I don't care. Whatever you want to fucking do, let's fucking do it. And he'd be like, bitch, what the fuck is your problem? Be like, look, I don't know.
If I could hire an Uber to drop kick you sometimes, you would.
What if they did have an Uber for that? Like,
we were talking about that on Twitter. Uber punch. Damn,
Uber kick.
I forgot the other name someone came up with. Damn. Anyway, so yeah, the last shout out goes to you. Like I said, I love you to death.
Oh, I love you too, friend.
So that was another episode of Gay Side Stories.
Where can they see us at?
We got a little mushy.
I know.
I feel like next week we need to talk about pussy and dick. And
yes.
All kinds
so we can.
But we're not talking about your bloody pussy. I don't want no more motherfucking bloody pussy stories.
That episode didn't make the cut, sir.
But
no one knows about that.
I have an idea for that. So, If you have a gay side story or some wisdom to share that you just want to,
or your school and life,
you can submit that to us at gaysidestories@gmail.com, or you can go to gaysidestories.com and you can use the contact form. We're also planning on doing a series of first time and coming out stories.
I can't wait to tell y'all mine. It's dramatic as fuck.
He is chomping at the bit. He want to tell y'all this damn coming out story
like,
so bad. So in order for him to be able to tell his coming out story, we need some of y'all's coming out stories.
Us y'all coming out stories.
Because I don't really have one. So I need y'all.
You do.
Well,
it was dramatic as hell too. Yes, it was. We talked about it, kind of it, because when you told your parents, that's when you moved in with me because your apartment wasn't ready.
Because of my sexuality.
But that was part of it.
Maybe
it was.
Oh God. Okay, so again, submit your first time and your coming out stories again at
J-Side Stories.
gaysidestories@gmail.com, or again use the contact form on the website. You can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Gayside Stories, and we're on Tumblr at thegaysidestories.com. Gaysidestories.tumblr.com. You have to do it that way. If you just type in Gayside Stories,
you'll get some white lady, not us.
It's a lady?
I don't know. We gonna act like it's a lady because
we need to look up her information.
We finna find that bitch.
Give up the URL, ho.
Give us the Gayside Stories, bitch. You're so stupid.
All right. Now we have a new thing. You can subscribe to Gayside Stories on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play Music. Yes, you can find all of those links at gaysidestories.com. Subscribe, rate, comment, let us know some topics that you want to hear discussed, or if you just have any general suggestions. Where can they find you?
They can find
individually
me,
nigga,
at 40. I'm playing. Y'all can find me on Instagram at CHELSHIRE _ on Instagram. I'm Chelshire _ on Twitter. I am Chelshire. You can't really find me on Facebook because I don't use that like that. Just find us on Gayside Stories. Tumblr, I'm also Chelshire. CHELSHIRE. Snapchat, we just figured it out. I am not Chelshire. I am Jamie, JAYME _ Chelshire, because whoever
be following a whole different motherfucker. I'm sure they was like, who is this black?
But like, I've been having people sending me video snaps to get like stuff.
He been having dicks and ass sent to the account.
And it wasn't dicks and asses. I asked for like just because if you want to go on our Zoom, we want to make sure you're not catfish. So we want you to send a video snap saying, "Hey, I'm this person."
I did not do all that
because you're my friend. So I know you're not catfish.
I might be, bitch. I might be flounder. Shit.
Anyway, though, I'm not finna cuss him out right now because I want to. What else do we have? But pretty much any social media outlet, you can find me at Chelshire. I'm Chelshire@gmail.com. I just found out that password. I have a website right now that I'm gonna do something with.
Okay,
I'm gonna bring it back. Might as well.
All right, we're gonna have to link that on the site.
Yes.
Okay. You can find me, Trillificent, on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, and Periscope, all at the same name. I'm sorry, I am so fucked up right now. Like, I'm not drunk.
But you feel good.
But I feel good. A little warm, but not too warm.
Yeah. Not
Beyonce concert. Not on the run warm, but warm. Anyway, that's Trillificent, TRILLIFICENT. I do have another request for you guys. If you know of any blogs or sites that feature LGBTQ plus news, but specifically pertaining to people of color, black people, Hispanics, etc., send those links to the email or use the contact form on the site. I want to find something where I can just see news that pertains directly to us. And I haven't been able to find any so far. Like, there's plenty of sites or sub-site. Usually it's a sub-site that will have LGBT news, but not something that is strictly for like people of color.
Right.
So again, if you have any of those, submit those. Outside of that, Chelshire, you have anything else?
I don't have anything else this week.
All right. Well, yeah.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
The hell was what?
What the hell and hell the what?
What the hell is going on between the sheets and my baby with the knees wait for his thoughts and what you can.
Girl, I'm about to have a friend.
Oh, it's about to be some shit. How did I get into this that I never came home with this bitch?
Low down dirty woman, back to where you come from.
But baby, wait.
Avoid my ass.
Your ass is grass, Mr.
Oh, shit,
Big One. Wait, how you know my name, son? Anyway, I'm gonna tell. I
don't know why she remind me of Tony Braxton on that.
You know what Tony Braxton does for me. You know. But, yeah. But, yeah, we about to be out.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.